shortage of affordable homes and surging prices mean many people are unable to buy or even rent their own house. But some communities across the UK have found a solution to help. Mr. Motivator has been to investigate.
You know, having a roof over your head and a place that you can call home is a real important thing. It's a human right. But a study last year showed that a third of adults in Britain don't have a safe or secure home. Today, the average UK house price is 65 times higher than in 1970, with wages only 36 times higher. And average first-time buyer deposits have just reached £74,000. Things aren't any easier for renters. This year has seen the largest annual increase in rent for 5 years. But it's not all doom and gloom. Communities from across the country are taking matters into their own hands. Across the UK, some local community groups are buying properties and letting them out at below market rates, not for profit, but for the benefit of the community. The Homebaked Community Land Trust here in Liverpool is one example of that. Thomas Murphy is the secretary. This project here, just tell me a little bit about it.
A community land trust, or a CLT, is one model of community-led housing, where the housing sector now is predominantly profit-driven, and they try and squeeze as many units in as possible. Community-led encourages the community to think about actually what it is they need in terms of housing for themselves. This terrace from the bakery to the end was earmarked for demolition.
Really?
So the first project was developing the bakery building, which is now home to Homebaked Bakery, who are our first commercial tenant. It was a really successful community business.
Right. And above that, what's
and above
it?
that, we've got a shared flat, and that's now acted as a springboard to develop the remaining houses.
How many units are there going to be in this block?
Out the footprint of the 9 terraced houses, the design includes 8 homes of mixed sizes and 3 commercial spaces, which are going to be home to local community businesses. We've selected a local contractor who are going to create local apprentices.
Lee Parry is one of the people who has made the flat above the bakery his home.
Been in and out of prison all my life, so I've never really had my own place. At this present moment in time, I couldn't afford to have my own place and pay gas, electric, food. Everything's just astronomical. One of these flats come available. I had to get sort of a reference and got myself a room, and that's it. Having this place must have really set you up for the future. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I started working down in the Liverpool city centre in a restaurant. It's brilliant, you know, just having somewhere to live.
The proof here really is in the pudding. Having proven this concept with this first home, Homebaked CLT now has its eyes on 9 more properties in the same street to redevelop and rent out at low prices. They've been lying derelict for over 10 years, and the Trust are now working with Liverpool City Council to bring them into community ownership.
Some people say to us it would have been easier just knocking them down, but for us it was important to save them. There's a fair bit to do.
Your double glaze is going to be quite interesting, isn't it?
It's going to be triple glazed.
Triple glazed?
Triple glazed windows,
wow.
Yeah. It was about making sure that the houses were affordable to live in. So obviously if the more insulated the properties are, the cheaper they are to live in.
Homebaked CLT are just one of more than 500 community land trusts in England and Wales. Together, CLTs have created well over 1,000 affordable homes across the country, with a further 7,000 in the pipeline. None of that would be possible without the support of local expertise. Paul Kelly has been running Breaking Ground for 2 years, an organisation dedicated to advising Liverpool's CLTs.
People living in a neighbourhood know what's best for their community. It's not about local authorities or big organisations, it's about people.
So what do you do then to help the CLTs?
We provide intensive support and expertise to help them on their journey. And that might be from setting up an organisation, to finding some land to build on, or to develop the funding packages to enable them to deliver. And we're encouraging local authorities to put policies in place to enable this to happen.
So you're making it easier for people to actually get to the point where they want to get to, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're now working with 36 groups with a potential for 385 new homes and 65 new commercial spaces, all affordable for local communities to rent and develop their businesses from.
In addition to helping people with housing, local businesses can also benefit from cheaper community rents. Becky Ward's sewing boutique needed to expand, but she couldn't afford the rent. Paul's Breaking Ground initiative helped Becky's local community land trust to give her the space. All in all, you're really happy with community land trust?
Yeah, I would never have been able to afford a shop, not only this big, but how beautiful the building is. It's a landmark in New Ferry. They've given me that opportunity at an affordable price.
Yes.
I've never been so busy, to be fair. It's really, really busy. It's not just about the business, it's about the community. I've got one lady that hasn't been out for 2 years. She came out just to come to the shop to see me, to tell me that she got out. I've always said that New Ferry didn't feel like much of a community. And now, since the Land Trust has come in, I do believe it will be feeling more like a community.
You know, renting a property from your local community is such a good idea because all the money that's earned here stays here and helps the area to grow and thrive. It may not be the only answer to the UK's housing crisis, but let's applaud what's happening here.